What's up, guys? Yeah, so I've had to go through one of the sort of things that I've ever had to deal with today, which is separating them both. Generally, I recommend not to always separate them, even at the best of times, even if they're like not very well, because they will start to get stressed. I've had to do it for Athena's health. Currently, her health hasn't, it just doesn't look very good. So, in case those who don't know what swim bladder is the thing that keeps them up straight, and it keeps it all, it keeps them moving, etc. And it keeps them straight. In recent weeks and months, I have been monitoring her quite a lot. The staff here also agree with me, and they think that Athena is going through very serious amounts of swim bladder. We've been watching her a lot, and the effects of it is not the best. Let's just say she's not looking very good. So we've decided to separate them for the time being and see how they get on. I've seen a bit of a change of emotions in Athena, where she wants to reunite with him, but unfortunately I do this to help them. I have no choice. It's gotten to a point where it needs to be dealt with, and I can't do much about it, so I have to do something about it to help them get better. So Artemis, he's healthy. He has no swim bladder issues. I have been watching him a lot, and he has no issues whatsoever with it. Athena, on the other hand, as I say recently, she just isn't looking good. So I've noticed for the past few days that she has been going on her left and then right sides while turning. So normally that's not really something you've got to be happy about, because as they say, in all animals, a change of behaviour can be serious. And as foolish as I have been, I haven't really actually been keeping an eye on her behaviour very much, because I was too concerned about Artemis. So Artemis has a higher way of getting stressed, whereas Athena, she doesn't. She's more calmer. Whereas Artemis, he can get a bit more scared at any time. So I have to be more cautious every time I get near him, or sometimes I have to be careful about how he sees me or how I see him. So sometimes what I mean by that is that if I, say, moved towards him without him seeing me, he could sometimes have a bit of a shock. So sometimes what I mean by that is that if I, say, moved towards him without him seeing me, he could sometimes have a bit of a shock, and he can get a bit frightened all of a sudden. So it's quite a big thing for him. So that's one thing you've got to look out for goldfish such as him. So Athena, she's a pearl scale, so ever since Athena has been young, ever since I first got her, we always thought she could struggle, which we've always known that. Athena, amazingly, has gone through a fuck ton of challenges that you have no idea. It does amaze me how she deals with it. She is a fantastic species. She's nothing like I've ever seen. She's brave, she's determined. She's not as active as Artemis, but in recent months she is struggling. Some of it is my fault, personally. I didn't see the signs, I didn't see what was going on. So this is what I mean. Amateur fish keeping is difficult to anybody who has a fish, or to anybody who's new to having a species. So the thing is, with Athena, she struggles to swim due to her tail. So her tail, she struggles to swim to the very bottom. She has a beautiful tail, but it also lacks in help. Personally, I don't like how people are creating species like herself to be like that. It's like building, like, say, like a certain animal, like a pug. A pug can't specifically breathe very well in any shape or form. I think it's awful what humans have done to animals like them. I think, personally, when it comes to fish like Athena, I think it's a lot more sadder that way, because ever since she was born, she was always struggling to swim. She was really tiny, and Noble, amazingly, was the right size for her at the time, and she grew up with him, and Noble helped her to, face down the issues that she had, and taught her how to swim better. So sometimes animals and other humans tend to mirror certain things that people look up to. So it's the same with fish. So when it comes to fish, they tend to keep an eye on things like that, and they have to do things like that to help them get better at swimming. And it's the same with every animal out there. It's to help them learn something. But some species don't specifically tend to do that. They tend to do it on their own, so they have to learn all themselves, or they have to let nature teach them themselves. So it's more of an instinct type of thing, and that's what kind of fish do. And some fish do that, some fish where they don't. So some pictures that you're watching of Artemis and Athena, they are basically explaining to you what their personality is and what they do in specific detail. So Athena is basically currently trying to knock down the wall that we've placed in for her. She's attacking it, and she's not seeming to be stressed. She just seems to be quite, as I said, a bit of a change in emotion. So she feels a bit slightly upset about it, but I think in a way, I think she knows that Artemis is still there. She won't be entirely away from him. They do look out for each other, so they do know when there's an issue or not. It's just due to keeping an eye on their health in general. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on. I'm having to do a lot of things. I've even got them something really special. So I got them like a special skull and some new stuff for the background, so it makes it look really nice. So it's really good though, because like it gives them a chance sometimes either hide in there or not. It depends on what they're doing, and I think it's really nice for them because I think it will represent them a lot better. So that is something that I plan to do in the future. So say if I do lose Athena, that is something that I plan to do in the future. So say if I do lose Athena due to swim bladder, I'll possibly look for another option with another fish. So like again, I'll be probably doing something different in relation of a new fish, or maybe wait for a little while, see what's the best outcome. Athena, I think she will get through it, but time will tell. I really think so. So, yeah.